Hey y'all, what's up? What's up? What's up? Let me change the light in here. Is that better? Not really, right? Here we go. Now we're getting something a little bit better. It's super bright. I'm gonna move my tripod because I don't want y'all to be looking at my tripod in the corner the whole time we're doing this. But it's a little bright, right? But we're better. I think yesterday, oops, yesterday I'm controlling it with my phone. Um, it was a little dark. And so what I did was I took the light that I normally use in my office for my office videos and brought it home for tonight's live video. So I'm going to go ahead just really quickly and shoot out a text just in case there's anybody who wants to join us. Let's see. So we can go ahead and get into it. And of course, as you guys know, this replay will be available right after we get off, so you can rewatch it if you need to. If you missed the first 2 days, because I went live yesterday and I went live the day before that as well. So if you missed those first 2 days, those videos are still there for you to go back and watch as well. So I'm just gonna add this. And I'm gonna put the link. Honestly, should have pre-scheduled this from my laptop, but today was kind of crazy. So today we did the reason why my makeup is done today is because today was a shoot day. So we actually shot for the Christmas content and New Year's Eve / end of the year content was shot today. So that's why I'm looking all done up and super tired. That's why. So there we go. All right, we're done. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into this video. If you do not know, my name is Kelly. I am also known as the Spoiled Coach, formerly the Spoiled Writer, because I used to be a copywriter, and now I primarily coach business owners. So service-based business owners, though, primarily, right? So coaches, consultants, mentors, industry leaders, and B2B service providers. So if you provide services business to business, or you are a coach, consultant, mentor, you're a thought leader, you teach online, all of that good stuff to me falls under coach consultant, then you are in the right place. So I have some amazing content for you. Today, we're just going to talk really quickly about 8 video content ideas because I use a ton of video marketing. I use a ton of video marketing, and video marketing is a really great way to generate leads. You guys are going to see me over the next couple of days talk a lot about generating quality leads. And yesterday we talked about that, right? Yesterday we talked about 10 tips for batch creating content that brings in high ticket clients. And then the day before that, we talked about the 3 keys to quality lead generation. So the reason why I'm talking about this is because there's a major shift happening in the market right now where people are purchasing more high ticket services and high ticket offers, and people are selling more high ticket services and high ticket offers. And so with that happening and everyone increasing their price, it's important for us as business owners on the business owner side is, hey, if I decide I want to add a premium service to my business model, whether that means that I'm adding a premium coaching service, or maybe you're adding a premium group coaching, or you're adding a premium done for you service or done with you service, when you jump from that 3-figure price range to that 4-figure price range, things change, right? Like your content has to change. And I'm not just talking about better quality pictures or cuter clothes. That's just surface level stuff. That's like, let's just assume that that already has to happen, right? But your branding has to go a little bit deeper. You have to relook at your messaging. And so that's what we've been talking about over the last 3 days is I need to be generating more quality leads. And so I'm giving you guys just some ideas and little bits and pieces of information that you can take and really start to process and think, okay, what do I need to do in order to start attracting people who are going to pay this higher price that I'm about to raise my price to? Or maybe, hey, I just raised my price to a 4-figure price point. How am I creating a better service or creating a high touch service without stressing myself out? Because you guys know I'm a systems and marketing coach. So we've been talking about a lot of marketing things for the last 3 days, as far as video marketing, content marketing, organic traffic, and things like that. But on the system side, it's also about providing that high touch service and that high touch coaching program in a way that doesn't stress you out and doesn't mean you have to be there 24/7. Because you can provide a very high touch coaching program and you don't have to be there live any more than 1 time a week. Okay. So there are ways to make this happen to raise your price, but there's other things that also have to happen if you want to actually raise your price and continue getting sales. Because, and I'm gonna tell you this, just because you see somebody charging 4 figures doesn't mean they're getting paid 4 figures. Just because their price says, oh, I charge $3,000 for such and such or $1,500 for such and such. Just because it says that on their website doesn't mean that that's what's actually happening on the back end and that people are actually paying it. I want to show you how to actually get paid it, okay? Not just changing the number on your website. So for these 8 video content ideas, this is going to help you start to attract someone who's more in alignment with who you are as a business owner. So number 1 is how you got started. So just do a video on how you got started in your industry. People are a lot more interested in how you got started than what you think and what your past experience is. And you don't have to tell your whole life, but just a simple story of how you got started and what got you into business will help people have a better understanding of your past. And people are always looking for ways to identify themselves with you before they purchase from you. And so how you got started is a great video that everybody can do. Number 2, behind the scenes of a current project. So whatever it is that you're working on right now, whether it's for yourself or it's for a client, show that behind the scenes for that current project. And I don't just mean a story. I mean, I need like a 3 or 4 minute video of you showing, so this is what we're working on today, or we've been working on this for a month. Here's the mood board. Here's what's going on with this. So first we went and built the sales funnel, and then we did that. We set our goals, boom, boom, boom. And now we're going to move forward with the project, and hopefully we can hit our goals. We've put these types of measurements in place, all that good stuff, right? I just made all that shit up off the top of my head. But I can do that because I know, okay, we got projects going on. People want to see that you are working. If people do not see that you are working, they will not believe that you are working. I know it fucking sucks, right? But listen though, you do not have to be working in that moment like all of the time. When I say people have to see you working to believe that you're working, that just means you can do 10 videos today. You can pre-record 10 videos today, and you may not work for the rest of the month and just spread those videos out. It doesn't have to be then in the moment they see you working. They just need to see you working, okay? So you can batch create this content as well. So behind the scenes of a current project. Number 3, a before, middle, and after of a client transformation. So if you are a coach or a consultant, you are going to need the consent of your client in order to do this type of video, but you want to talk, like even invite your client on maybe for an interview and talk to them like, you know, where were you before you got into the program or before we started working together? Give us a little bit about where you were before. And then what about your experience with working with me? Like, how was that experience working with me? And then you want to also focus in, where are you now? So what have you gotten out of coaching with me, or what have you gotten out of this program, and what would recommend for other people who are thinking about enrolling or thinking about joining? So that type of video is going to help a lot of people who are on the fence, push them over into paying you money, like, period. Because there right now, there's probably a whole lot of people who are sitting on the fence. They may or may not be on your email list. They may or may not be actually following you. But best believe, honey, they are watching you. They are watching you because they are trying to figure out if you are the person they want to give their money to coach them and to guide them. They're trying to figure out if you're the person that they want to give their money to complete that done for you service, to help them grow their business, or to help them change their love life or their health, right? Because coaching is not just business, and coaching is not just trauma. Like, it's not just life coaching, right? There's health coaching, there's relationship coaching, there's communication coaching, there's leadership coaching. There's a lot of different niches. And so people are watching you right now, especially if you're posting consistently, and they're trying to figure out if it's you, if you're the person. So these are the type of videos that are going to push people over the fence and help them make that decision. So before, middle, and after of a client transformation was number 3. Number 4, your favorite thing about being coach, consultant, or a service business owner. So just your favorite thing about what you do every day, right? Because we, as humans, we like to invest in people who enjoy what they're doing. Like, if I go to a store, down to the basic level, if I go to a store, if I go to Walmart and everybody in there looks like they hate their job, I no longer want to shop here. I don't want to shop here. Okay. Because I would rather invest my money somewhere or spend my money somewhere where people look like they really enjoy what they're doing. It's like the morale of the thing has to be there, right? So it's a really easy video for you to do. It may only be 2 minutes long, if that, but it's a great video for marketing, and it's a great video for people to see your personality. What is your favorite thing about being a coach or about being a consultant? What's your favorite thing about being a service provider? If you're a service-based business, or if you're a social media manager, a virtual assistant, maybe you are a graphic designer, maybe you're a CPA, maybe you do taxes, right? Because taxes is a service business. It's a service that you're offering. What's your favorite thing about being a tax professional, right? People are going to be attracted to your positive energy. And so this is a video that's going to allow you to really shine, and share a little bit about yourself. Number 5, the biggest 3 mistakes you've made in your business. Now, it does not matter if you're a business coach or not, you can do this video. The biggest 3 mistakes you made in your business shows people that you're not perfect. And we like people who are not perfect because we know we're not perfect. And when you are able to be transparent and lift the veil and show people, hey, I make mistakes too, right? Like, I make mistakes and I'm not perfect. It helps people see, okay, she's just like me. It also helps people in certain, like, industries. It helps people feel like they're not going to be judged when they come to you. If you work with any type of, like, helping people with money or helping people with their life, there is a hump that you have to get over, before a client decides to work with you, where they have to believe that you are not going to judge them for the situations that they are in or the situations that they are dealing with. And so in order for them to feel trusting and feel like they can come to you and really tell you what's going on with their life, or really tell you what's going on with their finances, they have to feel like they're in a safe space. So sharing the 3 biggest mistakes that you've made in your business and how you move forward and picked up the pieces is going to be a really great way for them to see that, hey, I don't have to be perfect, because she's not perfect either, but look where she is now, right? And sharing not just the mistakes, but what did you learn from those things, and what advice would you give to other people? So it's a really great way to come off more human-like, right? More relatable. Number 6, the last hard decision you had to make as an entrepreneur and what you did about it. This is really good because it shows people that you are going somewhere, and people want to connect themselves to businesses that are going somewhere. They want to get on the wagon and say, hey, I was there from the beginning. Okay. I love it. I am an early adopter. I'm what's known as an early adopter. An early adopter is somebody who goes and buys something like before everybody else, even if it's something new and it's something like that we've never seen before, never tried before. We want to be the first in line because we're willing to take the risk that it may or may not be good, but we're going to take the risk and go do it. Okay. Now, there are some exceptions like COVID vaccine. No, thank you. I am not a lab hamster. But if we're talking about anything, literally anything else, I'm an early adopter. Like if we're sitting in the class and teacher says, okay, we're going to do a thing. I need to volunteer. I'll do it. Like I'm the early adopter. Like what we got going here? What's going on right now? So the last hardest decision you had to make as an entrepreneur and what you did about it is going to help people see that you are progressive, that you are an innovator, that you are, a leader, you're ahead of the pack because you're open about, the decisions that you're making. People are attracted to decision makers. Like they just are because most people are indecisive. And when you have somebody who's super indecisive, guess what? That person's best friend is normally somebody who's very decisive because they use that person as a guider, right? And that's what a coach is. A coach is somebody who guides you. So people need to see that when challenges arise, you know how to make a decision and keep pushing and roll with the punches because they need that type of energy in their life if they're going to come up against what they're coming up against, right? If they're going to succeed in that battle that they're fighting right now, whether it's challenges and battles they're fighting within their business, or they're fighting within their life, or their relationship, their finances, right? Whatever it is, their branding, their graphics, there are challenges in all facets of life. They need to know, hey, this person right here, they know how to handle stuff, okay? So that's number 6. Number 7 is the best 3 moves you've made in your business since you started, and do you recommend it to others? I love this one because this is like the opposite of the mistakes. Some people will share like their 3 biggest mistakes and tell you to avoid them. And then they won't say anything else. Like they won't even tell you how they moved past the mistakes. And I told you guys to share how you move past the mistakes. But this number 7 is the complete opposite. It's the best 3 moves you made in your business since you started, and do you recommend it to others? This is great because these are things that people can take and they can start trying. And if you share these 3 things and somebody's there on live and they're listening and they take one of those things and they go try it and it works for them, that's going to be your client for life. Because you just gave them a piece of information where you were like, I tried this thing. It was awesome. It worked for me. I think you should try it. And if they go take that and it works for them, they're going to be like, oh yes, this is good. They're going to come back and they're going to look for something to buy from you because they're like, this girl, like she's got good advice. So it's a really quick way to convert people. And when we're talking about like high ticket sales, before somebody spends 4 figures, they need some type of proof that what you're offering is actually going to work. And sometimes it takes a little bit more than a free ebook for them to figure that out. Y'all wonder why I go live so much, why I create so much video content, why I post so much, why I give away so much information and knowledge and gems for free. Is because for a 4-figure client, a high-paying client, they need to have some type of proof that you can actually do what you're saying you can do. And this is my way of saying, hey, boo, here's the pudding. And the proof is in it. Okay, here's the pudding. The proof is in it. So at any time of the week, I have hours and hours and hours worth of free classes that are floating around on the internet. Many that are paid that are not floating around on the internet. But I've got tons of free classes that are floating on the internet that people can go watch to verify that I actually know my shit, and they can verify that I am the actual business coach and I understand different pieces. I understand different pieces of systems, and I've actually used softwares before. So they can see before letting go of that 4 figures, hey, this is the right move to make. It helps people feel a little bit more confident. So the best 3 moves, I love those videos also because it gives you, for people who have made a lot of progress in their business, when they go see those videos of like, these are the best 3 moves, they're like, oh, I could really use it to take my business to the next level. And so you will also end up with that video attracting a lot of people who are action takers. Because why would I even watch a video about the best 3 moves you made in your business if I have no intention of making those moves? You don't. Lazy people don't watch videos like that. Action takers watch videos like that, okay? So, number 8, last but not least, your favorite social media platform and why. This is just an interesting one. I feel like, so you guys, most of you guys have discovered me on Instagram. And so you may think, hey, Instagram's your favorite social media platform. But honestly, maybe for business, right? Like for business, it's my favorite. But if we're just talking about like the social media platform that I like to be on the most, it's actually TikTok. So sharing your favorite social media platform is a great way to kind of just share something that's a little bit more personal about you. And it shows people that you consume content just like they consume content. Um, and so it's just interesting to hear like what is, what's your favorite social media platform and why do you like it? And it's a super easy video to make. I think all of these are, you guys can go ahead and put questions in the chat if you have questions, but I think all these content ideas are like super easy to make. You could probably sit down and make all 8 of these videos in a couple of hours and just maybe post 2 of them a week. And that's a month's worth of video content. Okay. You do not have to post videos every single day. You don't have to do a reel every single day in order to attract and convert high ticket clients. I do it because that's one of my favorite things about what I do. Like my favorite thing about being a coach, number 4, is content creation. I love content creation. That's why I created a lot of content. And one of my number 5, like my biggest 3, my 3 best moves I ever made in business, one of them was going live for 90 days. I went live every single day for 90 days. No breaks. I didn't miss no days for 90 days. That was one of the best business moves I ever made. It took me from 0 to just over 5,000 followers in that 90 days. And I booked probably 100 clients because it was my first 3 months full time. So I booked probably about 100 clients. That's one of the best moves I ever made in my business. Now, I haven't done 90 days of live since then because my business took off and I didn't have time. Like it was like, if I do this live, I'm literally like cutting into my work time or I'm cutting into my sleep. But I've been thinking about doing it probably sometime in the new year. I might do it. But that was one of the best moves I ever made in my business was teaching for free every single day for 90 days straight. So these are all really great. These are all really great content ideas. And I've done all of these in some form or another, and they always convert. I'm not just giving you guys this list because I'm like, oh, it's a list. Like, this will work. But like I really use this. I found after doing so many videos, like these are the ones that work the best, that bring the best clients. What platform did you go live on for 90 days? I thought about doing 30 days for my Go Live challenge. I did Instagram. I actually started right when Instagram Live came out. So when Instagram Live was new, that's when I did it. It was brand new. And back then, when you were going live, you couldn't even save it. Because the first day, I don't know if y'all remember this, but first they came out with the feature where you could go live. But then for like weeks, there was no ability to save it. Like you couldn't save it. Once it was gone forever. Then they came out with the ability to be able to save it. But it was on Instagram. Listen, y'all, going live it'll blow your business up. I don't know about on Instagram now because the live feature works a little bit different on Instagram now than it used to work. Now they're leaning more into Reels, which is why I'm not doing live on Instagram anymore. I'm only doing live on YouTube. But TikTok has live now. LinkedIn has live now. Facebook, of course, Facebook has always had live, was at live for as long as Instagram has had live. Clubhouse is live. It's not video, but it's live, right? So any of those platforms may work for you. Melissa says, did you give an offer at the end of each one? No, I didn't. This was when I first started. So I did not give an offer at the end of each one. I know that for a fact. I probably only gave an offer. I mean, it had to be less than 5 times because at that point, I didn't know that I should give an offer. I didn't know that because I was like I was new to social media. So I started as a virtual assistant, like ghostwriting people's blog posts, scheduling social media posts, and graphic design. I started that when I was a freshman in college in 2010. I didn't go full time with my business until 2017. So I was literally like back and forth side hustling, running different little businesses, picking this up, quitting, picking this up, quitting between 2010 and 2017 for 7 years. 2017, I went back to what I started with and went full time. And that's when I did the 90 days straight. And I just gave the information away. How long were your lives? Approximately 30 minutes or less. No, my lives were long. My lives have always been long. Like we've been on here for 25 minutes. It doesn't even feel like it. And I'm talking like super fast. I try to keep it to 30 minutes or less, but it almost never happens. But it doesn't have to be long, right? So it's not about the length of the live. If you're going to go on Instagram, it's not about the length of the live. It's just about the information. That's it. It's just about the information. Here on YouTube, it's a little bit of both. It's about the information, but you also want a little bit of a longer video because people will actually watch a longer video. And so you can kind of like teach something that's a little bit more detailed here on YouTube. TikTok, I would keep it short. Facebook could also be a little bit longer. Facebook could be like an open discussion. Gotcha. So how did you get the leads at the time from the video? Send them to a lead form. What I did was I either told them, if you want to work together, you can DM me or you can send me an email. And for a long time, nobody DM'd me. I only got emails. And so what happened was when I started getting emails, like it was probably like the first week or two, I started getting too many emails. And people were asking like, well, what are your prices? Because I didn't have a full website built yet. I was building everything as I went. Like I literally just jumped in and was like, I'll just build it as I go. Because I knew how to do all that stuff myself from previous projects. And so they were just sending me emails. And I had like a little thing from Canva. Yeah, Canva was out. I had a little thing from Canva that was just like a menu of my services that I would respond to with the email. Then I got a Google form. It only took me like a month to be like, I need a better way to do this. This is too much. Then I created a Google form and I got a Squarespace website and I put all my services on my website with prices. And when they purchased anything that was like, had to be custom, like Instagram posts, blog posts, whatever, the email that they got from Squarespace that was a confirmation of their purchase had the link in it for them to go fill out the form. So it took me a couple of weeks. Like that first month, I didn't have no forms. I wasn't concerned with capturing every single person that watched the video. I had it in my head, if I just show up, somebody's gonna come. Because that's what I was taught. I was taught, you build it and they'll come. Now, I found out, okay, so for me, it was like that. I built it and they came. But actually, not even I built it and they came, because I built all this stuff as I was going. I didn't say, oh, my website officially launches on this day and you guys can buy. I didn't say that. I was like, if you want this, this is how much it costs. Send me a direct message or send me an email and we can get it popping. And I'll send you a PayPal invoice. Then I got the website. So I built it as I went. But I was taught to just show up, and people who want something from you, they'll let you know they want something from you if they want something. So I also did a lot of like cold emailing. So now cold emailing is like completely dead. And so people don't like answer cold emails anymore. But in 2017, cold emailing was still new to the Instagram crowd. It's something that comes from real estate. Cold calling and cold emailing comes from real estate, and it comes from old school sales. And I was a salesperson at a couple of different retailers, like, and I was a good salesperson. Like, I'm bringing in people, I'm getting commission checks, like big commission checks, so big for me at the time. And so um, I went back to my old sales skills. So I sent cold emails. I was sending out probably 100 emails a day. Hey, I looked at your Instagram page. I see that you haven't been posting consistently. I can manage your social media for $200, like a price that you could not refuse. And that's how I got in my clients. And that's how I got people to trust that I knew what I was doing, because it was like I made them an offer that they can't refuse. It didn't matter if they knew me or not. So what they would do, right? And this is what would happen. What they would do is when they got that email, if they were actually like, is this a real person or is this a robot, or like what's going on? Because this was in 2017. So this was before bots started going crazy on social media. They would go to the bottom of my email where my Instagram was tagged, and they would go over to my Instagram, and you know what they would see? My face and me going live every single day, teaching different topics about business. I did not start calling myself a business coach until 2019. 2019, y'all. I actually had some videos still 2019 where I'm like, I'm not a coach, I just teach. I just teach the stuff that I do for my clients. So I was giving them a crazy price. Hey, I see that you're on Instagram, but you don't have a lead magnet. A lead magnet is a great way to collect leads. I'll make you one for $49. I'll build you a sales funnel for $29. Like, these were real prices, y'all. Like, in 2017, these were real prices. $29 sales funnels, $49 lead magnets. Like, low. Like, you cannot say no. You got at least $29 to spare, $49 to spare. So I was bringing in a lot of clients. So what that did was it showed people that I knew what I was talking about. And then when I started to raise my prices, because I had too many clients, and I was also taught this by my parents, when you have too many clients, hey, you have to raise your price to balance out the supply and the demand. It's like basic economics, but it's something that I learned at home too. So when I raised my prices, of course, I lost some people. I lost people who weren't serious about their business. But most of my clients stayed with me as I raised my prices, because they always knew from the jump it was worth more money. And because they had already started seeing the results from social media management, they had already started seeing the results from the sales funnels. They had started seeing the results from all the classes that I was teaching and them taking my advice. They were cool with the price raising because they were making more money. So that's like, I had people that stayed with me. I had people that bought $29 sales funnels from me and stayed with me all the way until my sales funnel price was like $497. Like, and now my funnels are like $6,000 because we don't do a la carte services anymore. We just do the whole shebang. I'm not just going to give you a sales funnel because I know you need more than a sales funnel. If you want a whole passive income system, you need a lead magnet, a landing page, the lead copy, the landing page copy, the sales funnel. The emails need to be branded. You need a sales page. The sales page needs to be branded. The sales page copy's got to be right. And for us to do all of that in 72 hours, it's cost $6,000 because now I got a team and I got staff and I got other people to train. But guess what? That's still cheaper than everybody else. Because in business right now, y'all, we off topic right now, but we done with the content for tonight. But just like every other area is experiencing inflation, we are also experiencing inflation. And our inflation has little to nothing to do with the cost of goods and services right now. Like, just because I saw a post that said the dollar store is now the $1.25 store. I don't know if it's real or not, but just because everything has gone up a quarter or $1 or $1.50, That's not why business services have gone up and have increased. Okay. Business services have increased because people are telling everybody, raise your price, raise your price, raise your price, raise your price. And there's nothing wrong with raising your price, especially if you're undercharging yourself to begin with. There's nothing wrong with raising your price. But when you raise your price, there is a very specific way in which you need to do it. Because if you raise your price and your content doesn't elevate and your marketing doesn't elevate, if you don't change your marketing strategy, change your content strategy, change the way that you show up, you will stop making money. Like, you will not be making money. And that is people's number one fear. I don't want to raise my price because people are not going to pay it. Or I don't want to raise my price because my sales are going to slow down. Your sales are going to slow down for a short period of time, but you're going to have a little bit of a dip, and then you're going to go on an upswing. And it's going to be a crazy upswing. Okay. But your marketing strategy has to be right. Your content strategy has to be not right. It has to be in alignment. Your content strategy has to be in alignment. Your offer has to be an irresistible offer. If you're not making an irresistible offer, don't raise your price. That's the part they're not saying. So what's happening is everybody's raising their price, and then it's like, oh my God, now everything is expensive. Everything is expensive. So you will experience a drop if you don't do it correctly. And the drop is going to be for a long time if you don't do it correctly. So this is great. It's why I wanted to teach lead generation. Lead generation is something that I do it for people. And I've taught it to I teach it to my one-on-one clients when they need it, right? But I'm ready to teach high ticket lead generation because I feel like I've done a really good job with high ticket lead generation. I went from three figures for services to 4 figures from services. I took a slight dip for maybe like a week and a half, and then it was like, shoo. I went from like $9,000 to $10,000 months. I took a dip, and I had like maybe in January is when I hit the dip, and I made probably $6,000 or $7,000, and then ever since then, shoo, 25,000 is the lowest month I've made since February. There's a science, there's a method to the madness. And I don't do discovery calls. And I don't have a signature program. And I'm not on the phone all day, every day. And I only have 3 one-on-one clients. And I don't work more than 25 hours a week. So there's a thing to this lead, this high ticket lead generation where you don't have to sell your soul. I was never in it for that. I am not trying to sell my soul to make money. I don't want to work more than 25 hours a week. I got a baby. I want to spend time with my kids, with my kid. Like, so, and I don't want to do sales calls. So I found a way. I had to go get coaching over here, training over here. I just bought $1,000 program like 2 days ago. Okay, I'm gonna go get that $1,000 training. I have a sales coach that cost me $600 a month, and it's not a one-on-one coach, y'all. It's a group coaching program. Okay, so I pay $600 a month for that. So I got all of this coaching and all this training all year, so I could put together this strategy. And I'm like, this is gold. Like, and it's working for me. I should probably I could teach lead generation all day. Now I can teach high ticket lead generation, how to attract somebody who is going to pay 4 figures. Somebody who's going to pay you 4 figures. And they're going to be happy. And they're going to go tell their friends. I had somebody pay me for a VIP day. She loved it. She went and told her friend. Her friend came, filled out the application, paid in full. No questions. She didn't have any questions beforehand. I think she didn't have a question until afterwards. But she was like, that's it. Because that word of mouth, high ticket word of mouth, gold. 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 Okay. So that is all I have for you guys tonight. What I am going to tell you is this. I'm about to run a challenge. We're going to kick it off, right? You guys are going to see me start talking about it tomorrow. It's called the Quality Leads Challenge, the Quality Leads Challenge. So that is where I'm going to be teaching you how to start generating those high ticket leads so you can get in people who are asking you, hey, how can I be your client? I want to pay you $1,000 to do such and such, or I want to pay you $1,000 for us to work together for the next 4 weeks. I want to pay you $3,000 for us to work together for the next 8 weeks, the next 10 weeks. How do you get to a point where your marketing and your content attracts people who want to pay you 4 figures? And what does that lead generation system look like? So we're going to talk about that inside of the Quality Leads Challenge. The wait list is open. The challenge page is not up yet, so you can't enroll yet. And we're not going to start the challenge until January. We're going to start it January 2nd, like top of the year. Let's do it. But enrollment is going to open next week. The wait list is open now. So text the word leads 404-737-1380 to get on that list to join the challenge. Okay, it's not a free challenge because I've learned. Listen, I ran a free challenge at the beginning of this year on messaging, and it was great. But there was like maybe 58 people on challenge, and only 8 people did the work. I don't do free challenges anymore because people don't do the work. If you want to get into this challenge where I'm going to help you learn how to attract high ticket leads and generate high ticket leads, people who are asking you questions because they want to work with you, they're ready to pay you now 4 figures, you're going to have to sacrifice. It's a part of the process. The monetary sacrifice is a part of the process. I make more money when I spend money on coaching. I'm still profitable, still profitable. But I make more money when I spend money on coaching. And so that's why I do challenges and group coaching and one-on-one coaching. And I do all of those things because it helps me grow my business and it gives me more knowledge and more things to try. Oh, I tried it this way, it didn't work. I tried it this way, it didn't work. I tried it this way, it didn't work. Okay, let me go pay somebody. Okay, I tried it that way. Oh, that kind of works. Okay, cool. I made my money back. Like, that's how it happens. Okay, so text the word leads to 404-737-1380. You guys can get on the wait list for that challenge. So I'm going to be teaching you guys how to generate those more qualified client leads. And it's for coaches, consultants, and B2B service providers. So if you're a coach, any type of coach, a consultant, any type of consultant, or you own a business that provides services, you provide services to other business owners, so business to business, then this is going to be for you. I narrowed it down to only being for those people because I want to be able to speak directly to you guys. I want to give you like direct advice where you don't have to say, well, okay, she used an example of, a dance instructor, but I'm not a dance instructor. I'm a coach. So what do I do with this information? And trying to figure that out. No, I'm going to talk to y'all straight. Coach, consultant, B2B service provider. Your marketing strategies are going to be the same. Your ad strategies are going to be the same. Your lead generation is going to be the same. Your systems are going to be the same if you're in one of those categories. So make sure you guys text that word leads to 404-737-1380. And I will let y'all know when the doors open for the challenge. Get ready, y'all. Get ready. It's going to be like, I still got some good stuff for y'all for this year, right? But when we get into that challenge, it's going to be like, whoa, either I've never heard this before or I've never heard this like this before. Because I break it down. I break it all the way down. So it's going to be good. All right. Thank y'all so much for joining me. See y'all later.